Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. On this video, I'll be unboxing where your wealth has been hiding so far. I'll be showing you secrets, a hack, breaking this concept into two forms. Now, the first one is people. The first P is people. Yeah, your wealth is tied to people's hands. People around you are holding your wealth. So your wealth is in their pockets, your wealth is in their bank account, sitting there relaxing. And trust me, you don't want to allow that to happen. So how do you know that your wealth is hidden in people's hands? The first thing you need to pay attention to is the people around you have three assets for you to use to get your wealth from their hands. They have three assets for you to use to get your wealth from their hands. Now, the first asset is number one is laziness. There are people around you that are lazy. Now, the best way to get your wealth from their hands is to pass through the door of laziness. A lot of people don't want to do dirty work. They probably want to get a job done. Any job that can be done in 5 days, but you can simplify it in just 5 minutes, they get to pay you. That's how to get it done. So people are naturally lazy. You have lazy people, lazy folks all around, and they are holding your wealth. So the best way to get that wealth is pass through the door of their laziness. Anything that they cannot do or they find it difficult to do, volunteer, strategically position yourself to get that job done. And once you do it, they get to pay you. Mind you, wealth comes from solving problems. So if you can solve their problems of laziness, getting a job done, maybe 5 days job, you're getting it done for just 5 hours. Oh my goodness, where have you been all my life? They will start rushing you, and they will even refer you to other people that probably is in their same circumference. So that's the first window you need to use to get your wealth from people's hands. The second window you need to use to get your wealth from people's hands is the window of selfishness. People are selfish. They are naturally selfish. Human beings are naturally selfish. Nobody wants to go into something that they are not benefiting. Nobody wants to venture into something that they don't see gain in. So the first thing that comes to somebody's mind when you're telling them, oh, let's strike a deal, is what will I gain? The first thing that will come to their mind, what will I gain? People want to go into something that they want to gain from. Nobody wants to go into something that they are not gaining, either financially, materially, name it. The list is endless. So they judge from what will I gain? And that is the concept of selfishness. Human being is selfish. So you leverage on that window to penetrate and get your wealth. So your wealth is literally in their hands. So if you can give them what they want, if you can give them value, they will pay you for it. So you need to have value, you need to develop yourself, you need to increase capacity in order to feed their value system. Once you feed their tank value, they will pay you without thinking twice. Another concept or window you can use to get your wealth from the hands of people is passing through the window of impatience. A lot of people are impatient. Human beings are naturally impatient. If you go to the traffic, you see everybody is trying to rush out. You're having a queue, you see people wants to get off the queue. Several instances you can use to know that people are naturally impatient. They just can't wait. So use that as a window. That's the window. That's the door you can use to gain access to their wealth and get what you want without feeling bad. So it's a legitimate business. So you are solving the problem of impatience for them, and they get to pay you. So you look at it like, I have patience. I'm selling my patience to you for in exchange for the resources or the money, whatever you're giving to me. So I'm literally exchanging my patience for you. Now, how do you exchange your patience now? People don't want stuff that will take their time. They don't have time to waste. So they want to just get it done and they are off. So if a task requires 5 hours to solve and you can solve it for 5 minutes, oh my goodness, that's wealth you have there. So go and exchange that time for those that does not have time, and they will get to pay you a huge amount of money. You'll be shocked at what you would gain from that. So sell your patience in exchange for impatience to a human being. So these are the three windows that you use to increase your finance, increase your wealth. The first one is laziness. People are lazy. So if you can do the job that they are refusing to do, they get to pay you. Second point, they are selfish. They want value. They don't want to give first. They want to take first before they give. So you can give them something that they would value. They will get to pay you for that access. They will get to pay you just for that. The third point is impatience. People are impatient. They don't have time to wait. They want to just get it done, and they get it done and they are done with it. So it cuts across all areas. So if you can solve the problem of impatience, you can compress time and give it to them. They will get to pay you in a very large way. Now, the second P is purpose. Purpose is where your funding is hiding. Now, your resources answers to the calling of purpose. Purpose is the sole aim of why you're existing here on earth. Of course, you didn't come here to the earth to start wandering around, probably looking for what to eat or struggle, try to get a job, try to live a life, try to raise a family and all that. And then you grow old and you die struggling. That's not the reason why you came here on earth. You came to this earth to fulfill purpose. Every human being under the planet has a purpose to fulfill. After you discover your purpose, the closer you will be to accessing your wealth and resources and living in abundance. Because your kind of wealth is different from the kind of wealth of another person. Your wealth is designed to answer your purpose. So when you discover your purpose, you are literally getting funding from God. So God only funds those that lives in their purpose. He is the one that gives you the purpose at which you're living on. And so if you start living on your purpose, you will notice everything around you will be answerable to your wealth and purpose. How do you live in your purpose? When you've discovered what your talent can do, the reason why you have your talent, your giftings, and the reason why you're in that environment. These are the factors you need. In my previous video, I talked more on how to discover your purpose, and I also paid in my other video too. I also expanded why people discover their purpose and yet still they can't have access to their resources. So you need to watch that video and to get clarity. So these are the two P's at which your funding is hidden. If you can pay attention to these two, people and of course purpose, the two P's. These are the two P's to where your funding, your wealth has been hidden. If you can do this, you'll be so amazed at the results you will get. I'll do a quick recap. The first is your wealth is hidden in people. Now, the three doors to have access to this wealth from people is their laziness, their selfishness, and of course, their impatience. Once you can work with these three, you are on your way to getting your funds from their pocket. Now, the second point is your purpose. Your purpose is the sole aim of why you exist. That is where your wealth too is also tied to any activity you do. Now, purpose is meant to solve a problem. Purpose is meant to solve a problem. So if you can solve a problem, God will fund the resources that you need to solve that problem. The world is full of problems. The world is full of problems. Everywhere you find yourself, have problems later everywhere. So if you can pick one problem and solve, which is purpose, the reason why you're living, your value increases, and of course, your wealth increases as well. These are the trick to getting funding. These are the trick to unlock where your wealth has been hiding. Now, if you find this video very interesting, I want you to smash the subscribe button. I want you to share, and I'm glad as you apply this principle and see how you can upscale your finance from point zero to infinity. Thank you.